thanks very much and welcome to this week's Love Lighthouse. And it's been quite a while since I have been doing the Love Lighthouse videos. We've been really busy, obviously. It's been Christmas time, holiday time, and we have also been really busy with campaigns. The most important of all of the petitions on at the moment is the one that you will see, which is called Abolish All Cruelty, All Animal Cruelty. And it's a UK government petition, so it's been recognised officially by the UK government. It is very, very important that we understand that although that it's based within the UK, this will have a global impact. In fact, the movement is already completely global, and as a result, we need to make sure and take this step, this petition, which is a legal form of protecting all within the movement, and that means all animals, all humans, all beings, in other words. It's absolutely essential. Okay, so it's completely non-specious, so that means it oversees all of the groups, all of the animal rights action, all of the vegan, ethical vegan animal rights movements together as a whole. And this will impact, as I said, from here, from this inside outwards, further out across the waters. So please, wherever you are, please do share the petition. And for those of us inside the UK, please sign the petition. It is vital that all the leaders around all of the groups that are standing up for different animals are uniting together under this petition to make sure that each animal is represented. This is non-specious, so there's no animal left out of this petition. It is the overall petition for all beings. Thank you. Okay. So we've been really busy with that as well, and I get a lot of links and notifications from people of all around the world for different types of events, and anything's possible. You never know, it could be an event near you some point, sometime. And questions that we are asked as well: how do we feel, how are we supported? We are very supported, we are very strong in our unit. Every single one of us in the unit is completely vegan, so we're all vegan. We're therefore, in other words, we're right at the heart of all being rights, and it's brilliant. We're very supportive of each other. We all have our own unique individual roles, and that work really well, as you can see. And I'd just like to thank every single one of you, no matter what part, what role that you have, whether online, offline, both. Thank you very much for joining us, and blessings to all of you for all of your individual roles within the wider movement. So blessings to all of us, really, for this. Best wishes to all of us for this year and beyond. So trying to think what else has been coming up. There's plenty of different kind of sort of events, subgroups and actions that are happening and occurring. We have one coming up tomorrow in London, which is really to speak up against a particular restaurant who unfortunately is actually taking part in something that is illegal for this country. Foie gras is banned, is completely illegal, rightfully so, in the UK. But there are some people who try to think that they can get around this by bringing in imports from other countries outside that have not made it illegal. And therefore, what I'd like to do is to have anybody coming on board from these other countries who will be sure and certain that this is wrong, to get in touch with us and make sure that we are concentrating efforts worldwide. And this is again the importance of not just linking it to one specific location, because we are all impacting each other, and this is why the petition from here will be impacting. If you can understand that we all impact each other, and see these interconnections, you'll understand why the UK government petition is so important. Okay, and how that will affect globally, right? So if we're completely against that, we can't accept any imports, and then as you can see that has a knock-on impact because, well, they've got no one to send it to, and obviously that's going to make them awaken and question what they're doing. So it's about inner awakening through facilitation and also using this within the law as well to protect all beings, which is absolutely essential. So yes, so that's going to be happening down in London tomorrow specifically, and then there's also, in fact there's tons of things going on all around the world. Can't begin to tell you every single thing that's going on around the world, but you can stay connected with each other. If you see on my page different events that I'm linked to virtually, then that gives you access there as well. And join up with our groups, you'll be able to then connect up with each other too all around the world. Anything else that I can think of? Oh yes, today was the foie gras demo, or anti-foie gras demo, I should say, in California, and we'll get to see and hear how that went. You can have a look at my page to see what had happened last night. A couple of us as representatives from the UK did go over and help out virtually online, as we had a chef from another restaurant speaking there to everybody on the California demo. So we, rightfully so, took our position and made sure that we were standing up for the animals and for our fellow movement friends and people, okay, at the other side there of the waters. And so that went down really interestingly. You can check out my page as well as their page for more information on that. And again, we do really hope that within these interactions, when we are holding up mirrors, that there is going to be an understanding or an unravelling and an awakening within whoever we are communicating with, whether that be with beings within the movement or beings that are still to become awakened. So there's always hope there. It's a very interesting one to go and have a look at if you wish. What else? Oh, Mars is in the sign of Pisces. Now, no matter what star sign you are going to be feeling this, because Pisces is a symbol of our one love, our all being connection. Okay, although we're all communicating in different frequencies, just as the animals communicate in different ways, it is about this overall connection. So this is a wonderful time right now where if you're on the EVAR movement, you're going to be feeling very, very powerful just now. For all those that have clarity, in other words, because I was actually listening to this guy who is an astrologer, and he was talking about how this could be a very, very, very unclear time, quite, because we've got Neptune and Pisces and all the rest of it, and Mars is going in there, so it could be confusing as to what actions to take. No, that's not true at all. Not if, okay, it can be, depending on where you are, if you're an awakened being. If you're an awakened being, you're going to be EVAR, you're going to be on this movement, okay? You're going to be respecting the animals, all beings, and seeing this connection. With that clarity, you will at this time be the type of people that will not be finding this confusing. You'll be finding it very, very clear. So this is a very powerful time indeed. And it is a great time. What it symbolises is that there's a lot of power now to take the actions, the movements further forward for the wider movement, because it's all about being connected to spirit and letting that flow through, and it's having the faith in the knowing now to let that lead. So that's what's happening. That is the main energy. It's good to know, isn't it? And so it really is about, as again, it's just really quite symbolic as well. And it's the fish. It's about every single one being connected. Just as every single being is connected, and how we talk about, well, the movement across all sentient beings and us having that soulful connection. Okay, I find that really interesting just now. So this to me is a big symbol of just how powerful the EVAR movement is at the moment. and is going to continue to be. We are gathering real momentum on a worldwide level. This is really a worldwide movement, and this is why you're seeing that there is this petition out there, but there are many other different types of actions that are happening in our daily lives. It's so important at this time to make sure that we're also maintaining our own strength, because without that, then what are we going to be for the animals? How are we going to continue the movement? So that is something that is really, really essential too, in getting that balance. And it's an interesting one as well at the moment, with talking about getting that balance as well, and how we're actually taking this Neptunian energy, the Piscean energy in other words, these are just symbols for explaining this, but how we are taking forward our divine life's mission, and balancing that as well with making sure that we are nurturing ourselves as well as the mission. And last of all, I think I'd like to close this Love Lighthouse off with best wishes for everybody again, and also with something that I heard. It was a quote I had heard, and it was from someone who dedicates her time to awakening and helping awakening herself and others. Okay, kind of like what we're all doing. And she was doing a reading to do with Sabian symbols. You can look it up. I'm not sure if you understand that. If you know that about the Sabian symbols, you can go and have a look at what those are. And she was mentioning about how it's important for us right now, the Piscean movement, to connect it, or this was what we were connected with, rather, not what was important right now for us, but what we were feeling, what we're actually going through. And it is just this. And this connects to what I was going through just the other night there, a couple of nights back, where I was experiencing a feeling like I was having a tube stuffed down my throat. I was undergoing what I could only describe as how the geese and ducks might feel, or at least a part of how they might feel when they're undergoing this treatment with regards to foie gras. I had, pain all down my neck, all the way down, right all the way down. I felt sick. In fact, I'm actually feeling some of the symptoms right now. I could feel sick. It was this burning feeling. I felt like the insides were being scraped, as if something was being stuffed down, and I couldn't control the amounts of what was going down into my body, to the point where it wanted to come out, and it was so painful. My stomach was so painful. And it was during the time that we were concentrated on helping our friends in California with the anti-foie gras, the build-up, their lead-up to today, and their campaign, their demo today. And so, leading back to the Sabian symbols, and this reading in particular that I'm bringing in here, there's this quote that is, your relief is my joy. And so that is really at the heart of this wider network, this wider movement, in that when every single animal, every single being is relieved of pain and suffering, that's what gives us joy. But in our time here, as we become awakened in our paths, we have an opportunity and a chance to really make a difference for us, for our own joy, for our own selves, for all of the beings in the world, by taking this stand, and for generations to come. So for my daughter and her generation and all the other generations, this is so, so important. to be able to actually be so connected that you can feel even physically, from spiritually to have a connection, or a knowing, but physically to actually have a manifestation of others' pain, for those that don't have a voice, that can't explain or talk about the pain that they're actually experiencing. For me to be able to feel that the other night was awful, but it gave me the opportunity to feel it, to understand it, and to be able to speak up for them, because I felt that I could somewhat, at least somewhat, experience a little of what they felt. No, nobody wants to feel that way, but it happened, and I could easily link it to what they were going through. So in this time, while I'm here, my lifetime is devoted to this cause. Completely dedicated, 100%. And it is a vegan movement and an animal rights and all being rights movement for life as a result. And so their relief is our joy. And I think that we should all move forward with that thought, that their relief is our joy. And every time that you take an action, I'm sure that you will feel a sense of relief as well, when you feel that you're on your path and that you're doing something that's positive and that's completely aligned to that awakened divine truth, that every being is worthy. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you all very soon.